Afternoon and welcome to Thurrock Oakfield, where today, at a resplendent Oakfield, Thurrock entertained Belsize Park. It seems like a bright spring day here in glorious sunshine, but I can assure you there's a very strong northeasterly wind, and the snow, which has been affecting parts of the country, could arrive here sometime during the afternoon. We hope not. Today's opponents, Belsize Park, are an outstanding team. In fact, they won the founder members of the English Rugby Union. They started playing on Regent's Park before the Rugby Union was formed. But they were certainly one of the founder members alongside teams like Blackheath and Harlequins, and they've been a wonderful side ever since. They're known primarily as a touring team. They love their touring, and over the years they've had some famous All Blacks playing for them, and of course notorious, infamous England winger David Trick, formerly of Bath's top try scorer. David Trick, of course, played for Belsize Park, but he also played twice for England. And famously, during one game, which was very, very misty at Twickenham, a spectator offered him a gin and tonic and cigar, which he happily took and consumed the gin and tonic and smoked the cigar to add to the problem with the daylight. Anyway, Belsize Park today field only 3 players from the game at Regent's Park, where they were victorious. Lee Oliver starts at full-back. Jason Harris is on the right wing. Adam Croon is in the centre with William Veal. Andrew Belfiore is on the left wing. And William Fairbank is at 10. William Fairbank was one of the starters at Regent's Park, but he played at full-back on that occasion. Brendan O'Brien is scrum half, it's a good Irish name. And Bud Oliver is the loose head prop. I don't think he's an All Black. Max Self is the hooker, and Richard O'Carroll the other prop. Cameron Cowley's in the second row alongside Jean-Christophe Boulon. Just to let you know, they are a touring team. There's some French players. Liam Van is at number 6. Theo Roberts is the open side, and Joe Emerson is the number 8. Patrick Lear is the forward substitute in the front row. Demid Krylov is a forward substitute, and Henry Belfiore, obviously a brother of Andrew, is a substitute back. Thurrock this week have their usual number of changes. At full back this week is the versatile Rob Murphy, who I think has played every position behind the scrum and almost every position inside the scrum. On the left wing is Ahmed Aminou. Callum Pluck comes in onto the right wing. We have a strong midfield partnership of Niall Clifford at fly half, and in the centres we have Joss Nunn and we have Henry Bird. Now, Tom Worthful is usually a 10, but been playing 15 the last few weeks, has been promoted to scrum half this week. In the front row, we have the front row, Anthony, this week, my co-commentator. Frank Wright is a tight head. Hooker is Lawrence Brown. And loose head, we have Jack Cowman. The second row this week constitutes Dritan Loka, the Albanian international, and he's alongside Jay Jennings in rotation this week. The back row is the usual back row of Ben Timpson, number 8, Choi Russo, the captain, open side, and Cody Holloway on the blind side. On the bench this week, we have Elonis Butramus, we have Lawrence Brown, not Lawrence Brown, his brother Morgan Brown, and we have another SO else. We have an additionally late player coming onto the bench. I'll let you know about that after the game, or during the game. Anyway, Belsize Park take the pitch in their traditional Romford colours of purple, white and black. And it's good to see the right winger there wearing orange boots. That's Jason Harris. Easy to detect there if he goes flying down the wing. And the referee today is Matt from the London Society. So a very strong northeasterly wind, which we hope won't affect the play. The wind usually comes from the river, from the southwest at Thurrock, but today it's slightly different, and that's why it's cold. We're awaiting Thurrock onto the pitch, so we'll say welcome to all of our overseas viewers today, to Mercedes and Jenny in the Cayman Islands, to Paul Stevens in Singapore, to the Welsh Brotherhood, Brian Davis, Bob Williams, the Henderson family, Carl Napiarala over there in Swansea, Rachel Thomas in Pembrokeshire. Charlie Russo leads his players onto the field. So it would be mendacious of me to suggest that Thurrock have had an outstanding season, but the opportunities created by the cornucopia of injuries has meant the young players have been forced to get into the team, and they've played exceptionally well. I'm pretty sure over the next couple of seasons we'll see an outstanding Thurrock team develop.
It would be fallacious indeed, Ralph.
So this will be unusual. Scrum half, Tom Worsfold to take the kick-off. Of course he always kicks off. Snan wearing the headgear, playing outside centre. There's a great kick-off from Tom Worsfold, plenty of height. And Jean-Christophe Boulon collects the ball, but he's tackled as he collects the ball. An excellent box kick from Brendan O'Brien. Taken by Ben Timpson, feeling the ball like a traditional number 8. Being prepared for it, but the ball has gone out of play. So it's Max South with the first throw-in. Belsize Park practicing their liners just for the game because they don't train either. A bit slow in getting the ball in. Must be crossing the line.
It's a dummy throw.
Dummy throw, thank you. Technical expert there, Dr. Anthony Pease. Good afternoon, Anthony.
Everyone.
A short advert tomorrow that Thurrock ladies play Old Albanians in a crucial championship game. The Thurrock ladies currently standing on top of the Championship South. It's vital they finish in first or second place to go into the playoffs, and that game also will be televised. Tom Worsfold, first feed for quite a few seasons. The Thurrock scrum has gone backwards, but Ben Timpson has picked up, as he often does at number 8. Gives Worsfold a chance on the left-handed pass. Feeds Jack Cowman. Tritan Loka. Looks as if there's a penalty coming to Thurrock, so it's a free play. Thurrock get on with it quickly. Feeds now Clifford, Henry Bird. Short ball to Joss Nan. Joss Nan is held up in a lot of traffic midfield. Jack Cowman. Good start from Thurrock. Now Clifford. Lovely ball to Rob Murphy, who's come in at full back and come into the line there. Another penalty is forthcoming. Thurrock tried to take it quickly, but are thwarted by the referee.
So good start up front by Thurrock. We took a bit of a penalty when we were on the away match, but I think it just shows that Tom Worsfold wants to get that ball out.
Yes, that's an excellent kick from Tom Worsfold. With the wind, of course. Lawrence Brown. It's gone to the front of Tritan Loka, who does well to take that. Thurrock pursuing the fruits of the blind side. In an error there. Relatively new back 3 for Thurrock. Rob Murphy is playing every position behind the scrum, as I mentioned earlier. I think it's the first time he's started a first team game at fullback. Very good football and certainly capable. In fact, almost a completely new back three.
So let's see if Tom can get out a bit quicker this time.
So we apologise the fact that there's a major stanchion, a floodlight stanchion in the way of the camera here. So we have been promised a brand new commentary position for next season. Tom Worsfold with a feed and head. Tom is a very good footballer, like his father Peter, so perfectly capable of playing scrum half. This time Timson picks up, feeds ball to Niall Clifford. Niall Clifford sees half a gap, ducks under a tackler. This time Belsize Park win the turnover. And Thurrock are penalised for holding on. So this gives William Fairbank a chance to clear his lines. And it's a quite outstanding kick, which takes play almost up to halfway. And Watts Adams is of course the other person on the bench on rotation, second row, back row, Kalen. An outstanding season for that young man. They'll be keen to get on the second half. So Loka gets close that one, but that's well taken by Jean-Christophe Boulon. It's first chance to attack from Belsize Park. Another tremendous kick across field. But this time they're offside. You can see immediately that William Fairbank is quite an outstanding kicker over the wall, out of hand. Charlie Russo has called Tom Worsfold to attempt the shot at goal. Good crowd here at Thurrock Oakfield. See Peter Worsfold here this afternoon, watching his son attempting his penalty. So Worsfold strikes that supremely well and straight through the centre. It's an esque, that penalty. It's gone backwards, gives Worsfold a chance to clear his lines. He finds touch near halfway. I think it was Lawrence Brown, couldn't quite hold on to that, but he's got his body shape right, so the ball went backwards. It was Max Self with a throw-in. Gained by Boulon. Good progress made in the middle of the field. And that's the other second row, Cameron Cowley. Ahmed Avenue does well to get the ball away to Rob Murphy. Nice run from him, evading a couple of tackles. Right. Sorry, not Frank Wright. Frank Wright just joined in the breakdown. As Park attempt to slow that down, subsequently give away the penalty. Worsfold busy the first 10 minutes or so. Feeding ball into the scrum, retrieving the ball, kicking the ball to touch. More touches than most people have in a whole game.
By theme tune, singing the theme tune. No, it's been a good start by Thurrock. I think they've shown that they're not going to get pushed off the ball like they did on the away match, on the away leg, which was quite decisive.
Overthrown, but it's given Worsfold a chance to pick the ball up, and he's going away to Clifford. Clifford kicks the ball high. Very well taken. Belsize Park, in a true tradition, attempt to open it up, but this time Fairbank belts ball down the field. Full drop back into position. Now out of position, Tom Worsfold was slotted in at full back. Belsize Park formed a bit of a caterpillar. This time it's Lee Oliver with the kick. It could even be Oliver Lee. Standing kick from Worsfold against the Elements.
Got the 50-22.
Brown has been converted by Martin Jones from back row to hooker. There's not any favourable conditions all season in which to throw the ball in. It'll be a strong wind. Halcyon days of spring. There's a good front line out. Drive them all, something they've been doing of late. Dave Stevens and Dave Catch will be delighted with that. Down very close to the line. That had been international, it might have been a yellow card and a try, penalty try.
Well, I can't see how that's not a try scoring opportunity, seeing it's an opportunity from which they scored a try. So that's strange.
The success of that driving line, Thurrock have opted to go into the corner again.
It's a really strange decision from the Belsize players, swimming around the outside of the maul, clearly pulling it down.
This time Jay Jennings can't quite hold on to that, and so instead of driving maul, it's gone backwards. The folks still have possession. Set up the drive. The back movement coming. It's come out to Josh Nunn in the middle. If he can get his pass away, Thurrock could be in with an opportunity. Tom Worsfold throws a dummy to scrum half, almost through the gap, but then, of course, unfortunately gives. Jay Jennings couldn't quite hold on to the ball on the line. It was tapped back, and subsequently there could be no driving maul. So very, very cold in the stand today, and luckily we've been granted a new commentary position next season. So a good kick by Fairbank. Good kick by Fairbank, and Max Murphy has his drink knocked out of his hand. Drinking Guinness.
Cracking shot. The kick was completely obscured.
Oh, teach him to come out the clubhouse late. Max Self, this time Jennings gets a hand to the ball, but it's knocked forward. A bit of miscommunication, Belsize Park then. Jay Jennings quite surprised to see the ball coming towards him. It was knocked on. This midfield partnership of Clifford, Nan and Bird has been quite a revelation this season. Clifford, of course, played there at Ulster Academy, showing his football skills before the game, a bit like Finn Russell. In fact, they all had great footballing skills. Joss Nunn was a footballer. Tom Worsfold juggles with the ball. Even Caelan Watts-Adams can juggle with the ball. They're a new breed of footballers today.
Although Caelan does, let's be honest, kick the ball through far too often.
Welcome to Dennis Stone and Steve Bowen, two former London Welsh players at Hornchurch. Following the fortunes of London Welsh this season, and London Welsh, of course, were promoted last week. So now go to National 3, or London Premiership, sorry. An early drive by Jack Cowman has given away the penalty. It's Fairbank, William Fairbank. William Fairbank is called Bill. Wouldn't be right in rugby. People would say, I'll get the bill. Come on. So Self to throw in. Max Self. Hooker. This time is tap back. A little bit untidy there from Cameron Cowley.
Jay making a good nuisance of himself. Everything you think of and all three of those make him an absolute joy to lift.
From Thurrock. Clifford gives a switch. It's a switch to Henry Bird. It's a terrific handoff by Henry Bird. Not sure where his opposition centre find it terrific. Terrifying. So Thurrock have a penalty coming, but they're going to take advantage of that. Another inside ball, this time to Cody Holloway. He manages to elude the clutches of the defenders, sets up inside the Belsize Park 22. Joss Nunn feeds the ball out. Ahmed Aminu comes inside. In fact, retain possession. This time they go through a forwards. Dritan Loka is held up and receive the ball going backwards. And the referee will come back to an earlier penalty. Rising play from Thurrock. Prepared to give the ball plenty of width. Got the ball out to Aminu. Made some progress, but came inside. The referee judged they hadn't made enough advantage, so he's gone back to the subsequent penalty. So still Thurrock 3, Belsize Park 0, and Tom Worsfold elects to try to put some more points on the board. Worsfold from some 40 metres. To crouch like a run-up. But once again, really effective. That's Thurrock 6, Belsize Park 0. Clifton Bird have a fine standing there in the middle of the park. This time he's come all the way through to Worsfold. He's in his own 22, has a chap opting to kick to touch, and it looks as if it has been touched in flight. So it'll be Thurrock's line out. Caelan Watts-Adams collects the ball, sporting a new haircut. Lawrence Brown. This time it goes back to Jay Jennings, but it's not straight. The wind has taken its toll on that one. See the variety in the line-out, but in these conditions it has to be absolutely 100% accurate. Otherwise the wind takes it away. So as the Belsize scrum off, Brendan O'Brien. It's a good shot from Thurrock. Midfield there has put Oliver Lee in. But this time Rob Murphy charges that down, gives a chance to break away. He's looking inside and outside. He's given the ball to Henry Bird on the outside, comes back inside. This time it's very quick ball, gives Thurrock a chance to go outside. It's well taken by Loka, it's a difficult ball to take. Again, it seems to have numbers. Charlie Russo feeds Josnan, and he puts Callum Pluck in the corner. A tremendous try from Thurrock. Great hands by Thurrock. Jason Bedding spotted the numbers from high up in the stand. He was absolutely right and put Pluck into the corner. Great bout of passing by Thurrock. It's an easy game to see from the stand. When you're down there, it's a lot harder. Jake Bedding was due to start today for his second game of the season. Unfortunately, he was taken ill at the last moment. As we say, injuries and illnesses give people opportunities. It's given Tom Worsfold a chance to play scrum half. I'm sure he's delighted.
I don't think so.
Russo in earnest discussion with the referee. Tom Worsfold with a slightly easier kick and makes it 13 points to 0. There was a time there'd be hundreds of spectators on the far side, but not in these conditions. Match of play from Thurrock. Hearten the supporters. You can see former prop Tony Jones. Kick off this time. Very well taken by this time the kick has gone straight out. Dave Stevens, the coach, almost forced to take the field today. He is registered, but he left his boots behind. Tactically. Although props don't usually leave their boots behind, they usually put extra pairs in the boot, just in case. And the ball is overthrown. It comes over Ben Timpson, gives Henry Bird a chance. He feeds out wide. Josh Nunn's coming to the line. He kicks ahead this time. Not sure whether he intended that to go into touch, but it's certainly a good touch finder.
Just a metre away from being another 50-22 as well.
You chatting shit?
I think he'd probably been better off with his left foot.
He can't even see. Hey! Let it go!
Thurrock are penalised, giving Fairbank a chance to take play into Thurrock half. Competition line out, 28 minutes gone, Thurrock 13, Belsize Park 0. Short ball in the middle of the field, well met by a barrage of Thurrock tacklers. Ball coming wide. Henry Bird hard in the tackle. Put in a lot of tackles last week against his former team Brentwood. Clifford, he likes a tackle. And last week, there seemed to be no ill effects. Examining a chance. Very well tackled by Jason Harris. He saw the danger, came in quickly on his man. Worsfold gets the ball, Jack Cowman. Jack met by a whole phalanx of defenders. It's gone loose, giving Belsize Park a chance to pick up. They do thrive on loose play. That time a perfect chip across the field. Seemed ill-advised at first, but it did the trick. But this time they seem to have numbers. Callum Pluck's come across to make a good tackle, and Tom Worsfold has tackled Jason Harris, who's come across from the right wing. So enterprising play from Belsize Park, and you'd expect that from them.
Just as a bit of
Easter holiday rugby.
There's a bit of sleety
Yes, Wally Heights in the distance there. Obviously a bit of snow over there, slightly a higher altitude. We've got a ski slope there, you know. Davis. Contingent have arrived. So to David Harries, another man from that part of the world, who'll be getting married shortly.
What's the name of the winger when you were playing? From North Shore.
Wayne Hill.
Wayne Hill.
Wayne Hill used to be a winger and centre at Thurrock from North Shore. Cody Holloway. Really slotting the position left vacant by people like Tom Poole. And of course, Joss Nunn moved the centre. Has meant this former schoolboy star, now without a shirt, has been able to thrive in that position. So Clifford with a left-footed sidestep comes inside. And Belsize Park very quick to get over the ball. I think we need to change his shirt there. And we're hoping Thurrock do have a spare shirt. Otherwise, one of the substitutes should be without. So Dave Stevens, the coach, goes on with a spare shirt, and it's a good afternoon. Good afternoon to Keith Davis with his cousin Ray Davis. He's got his new shirt on, and he's got that shirt from Prague, obviously, because it's Czech. It's like a nice warm shirt. Well, normally in Thurrock we have a southwesterly blowing from the river and it's quite warm. Today we've got northeasterly and it's absolutely freezing. You can see the snow coming in from Wally Heights and from Langdon Hills. It's been a good start from Thurrock. They're 13-0 up with half an hour gone, and we've been promised a new commentary position in the Sun next season. Belsize Park have kicked that into the corner. It looked as if that might have gone dead, but not what the referee has agreed. The Belsize fly off. William Fairbank is a good kicker of the ball out of hand. He normally plays full back. Already put in some wonderful touch finders. Maxell throws that short. It goes to Bouon, the French second row. They set the drive for the first time. It's looking promising. And yes, Belsize Park have scored. So a good line-out taken by Jean-Christophe Boulon. And Belsize Park have driven over. Score. It's threatening Belsize Park. When they get a bit of loose play and they get opportunity for position, they can score tries. They've shown that all season.
It's nice to say that unlike the away match, Belsize seems to be living more off of Thurrock scraps rather than.
So it's Fairbank with a conversion attempt and proving equally adept as he is out of hand with that conversion. So a fair riposte by Belsize Park. Just over half an hour gone. Belsize Park 7. So the first incursion into Thurrock 22 has brought a try. Worsfold restarts. It's very well taken. Joe Emson, the number 8. That's gone between Rob Murphy and Thurrock have regained possession. Jack Coleman on the short ball. Clifford quite enterprising. Josnan's come on the outside. That's given Callum Pluck a chance on the outside. He feeds inside to Henry Bird. Pushes off the first defender. Pushes off Liam Wan. Now come the cavalry. Jack Coleman, heavy duty carrying. Well supported by Jay Jennings. Thurrock have the penalty, but they're going to play on. It's a free ball. Gives Aminu a chance. He's lost the ball in possession. So failing to release gives Thurrock a penalty.
As well.
Helter skelter stuff at the moment, hadn't he?
Yeah. You have to question the conditions are lovely, but so to me the low risk option is put the laces through it. That's where the last the only choosing not to kick. So
Henry Bird showing his usual muscularity in the middle of the field, pushing off a couple of defenders before recycling the ball. Holloway has got a new shirt. Good to see Jeff Cave there, standing on the halfway line. The second fastest player ever to play for Thurrock, alongside the third fastest player, Trevor Burge. And the 10th fastest, Austin Fitzmaurice. Of course, who was famous for one try on the wing for Thurrock, an underwater try. So Thurrock with a real attacking position from that Worsfold penalty. This time the ball goes to the back of the line out. Jay James manages to get a hand to it, but it's gone backwards. Gives Cowan a chance to reload. Big back move from Thurrock gives Henry Bird a chance to straighten in the middle of the field, as he does so well. But they will play on. They will go for the try. Tackling by Belsize Park, managed to hold out, and the ref will come back for a penalty, which I'm sure Worsfold will convert. Best wishes Director Rugby Martin Jones, who's suffering unwell at home, but I'm sure in his armchair he will be telling Tom Worsfold to kick this penalty.
Thurrock definitely with a lion's share of possession in the half so far. You could argue they've not quite capitalised on it as much as they can, but they've scored on most of their incursions into the opposition 22. Which is hopefully the referee just starting to get a bit tired of infringing in the 22 as well.
So as we fast approach half-time, Thurrock have had an outstanding first half. They've been full of enterprise, they've run the ball to every opportunity, and as Anthony Pease says, perhaps they should have been a little bit more conservative on occasion in their own 22. But Worsfold does convert that, and it's Thurrock 16, Belsize Park 7. As they say, East 5-5, 4-4-4. Or 4-4-4, East 5-5.
Hello, guys.
Russo, against the odds, was really fired towards him. Ripped in the tackle, but unfortunately Cody Holloway is there, close tendons. He's followed by Ben Timpson. Very enthusiastic Thurrock tackling by Holloway and Timpson. Belsize Park back to their own half. Powerful looking centre there, Adam Kroon. Belsize Park have knocked on. Spell of pressure from them, periods with the ball in hand.
Handling areas.
Which is an absolute excuse for people at international level.
But, you know, more scrums. So everyone wins.
Especially when you have Teflon rugby balls nowadays, unlike our day, of course. Gilbert leather match balls in muddy, wet conditions, never knocked on. So it wheels that scrum to an extent. Thurrock managed to pick up. Captain Charlie Russo inevitably makes ground. Taken by Clifford. And Amanu's come over from the other wing. The ball's been ripped in contact with Rob Murphy outside, which means he's now in position. So when the kick comes in, it's up to Joss Nunn to race all the way back. And is forced to try and run defence. He's met by 3 Belsize Park defenders. As using his flanker skills, managed to win possession back for Thurrock. Half-time approaching, this is probably the time for the box kick. And Tom Worsfold shows versatility by bruising a very high kick, which bounces and almost falls into the lap of Dritan Loka. But Oliver Lee has had a chance to pick that up and make some progress and give Belsize Park some much-needed possession. Sidestepping run by Fairbank, who manages to find Boulon. A wonderful try-saving tackle by Thurrock, but he's dived over the ball to try and kill it and failed to do so. Belsize Park have a penalty coming. They have numbers out wide, and that allows Jason Harris to get in the corner. So amazingly, with very little possession and very few opportunities, Belsize Park have scored another try and put themselves back in contention. Belsize Park are always dangerous, always prepared to counter-attack and make the most of their limited opportunities. So it's Fairbank with the conversion attempt, sporting number 25 for some reason, or 26. All the other shirts. Studying concentration. This time pulls the ball to the left of the post, very good against the wind. And that is half time. It's Thurrock 16, Belsize Park 12. This class game where both sides have tried to run the ball in adverse conditions. Very difficult to hand the ball in this freezing wind. Nevertheless, Thurrock are good value for their lead. They've probably had far more territory in possession than the opposition. A few errors in their own 22 have led to these scores by Belsize Park.
Thurrock just need to finish the job during the opposition's positions. Right, see you in a few minutes.
So it's Fairbank to kick off as we resume play at Thurrock Oakfield. Backs coach Sally Toos leaving the field. In receipt of the kickoff. Excellent kick from Fairbank. Lawrence Brown has taken that. He's taken the tackle at the same time. Rolls, presents. Cowman and Jennings in close concert. Cowman makes good progress. Then it comes to fly off Clifford. He's looking for the half break. Manages to get his knee to the ground. Worsfold on the box kick. Holloway and Brown in concert. And O'Brien. Just when it seemed like Kroon and Veal had found the outside edge. Pass.
Well, Ralph chokes on his drink at half time. Scrum throw for the forward pass. It would appear that Ralph is very close to stop down, so I think I'll hand back over to him.
My apologies. Side break, Rob Murphy's coming to the line. Just when it looks for the try was inevitable, there was an interception. Coming to the line, he'd make the extra man.
Absolutely huge tackle from Josh Knight. You can see from about 5 yards out, he lined him up. So pass or not, he'll be able to hit the field. And even you see the powerful hit coming, he does the pressure and it's one that's really close to the ball back. And the defensive taking off and these are top positions. That's what we from really aggressive defence.
Apologies, it is very cold here today. So Thurrock have an attacking scrum just outside the Belsize Park, 22. Squirts out to Worsfold. On the switch. Aminu switch wings once again. It's good play from him. Feeds right wing, Callum Pluck. Lovely step by him, goes on the outside, as wingers should. Once again, Murphy's in the line, which means there's no full-back in attendance. Fortunately, Thurrock managed to retain possession, but don't quite score. Just bring a hot cup of coffee up here rather than cold water. Well, Thurrock have left two chances out there very early on in the second half. Big take by Tom Worsfold. Gives Rob Moore a chance. This time Aminu has a chance to feed Josna on the outside. Josna has got lightning pace and he's scored in the corner. Excellent play by Thurrock and Aminu coming inside there, feeding Josna on the outside. There was only one result going to occur there. So it's Thurrock 21, none. His alter ego is, of course, Jonathan Davis, the Welsh centre with over 100 caps. Looking very much like him, accelerating the corner the way Jonathan Davis used to accelerate into the corner.
So that's how that starts. Centre. And finished the only place that Joss Nunn really likes to go.
There's Tricunniga Gumro, 3 times for a Welshman. He's not Welsh, but Thurrock had 3 chances in this half, and they've taken the 3rd one. Worsfold with a very difficult conversion, as near the touchline as it could possibly be. To the face of the wind. Wonderful kick which struck the upright. I hope that isn't important at the end. Or rather, Thurrock supporters hope that is not important at the end, being the impartial commentator I am.
I'm not.
Fairbank this time doesn't quite get the kick-off right, but it bounces awkwardly for Thurrock. Very well taken. Russo bursts into action again. Clifford with a very long crossfield kick, and now it's a 50-22. Best kick seen at Thurrock for many a year off the left foot. Apart from the fact, of course, Jake Barron is left-footed and does that just for fun.
There's no one there to stop it. Worst case, 50-22. Best case, you're going to have Ahmed screaming onto it.
It's really brought a new dimension to the game. It means the wingers and fullback have to stay back, gives you an opportunity to run the ball later on when you can produce a 50-22 of that dimension. So Lawrence Brown, the shadow of Orsett Heath Academy, throws to the front, goes to Jay Jennings. Thurrock have the ball in the middle of the park. Henry Bird, coruscating run from him. Unfortunately, Thurrock can't quite hold on to the ball. Belsize Park have it back. They elect to run from their own line. Caelan Watts-Adams has come on the field, manages to make that tackle. Rob Murray, great tackle. Tom Worsfold fights for the ball. And Belsize Park have lots of numbers here. Nunn elects to go in for the tackle. Leaves Thurrock having to make a high tackle to save the day.
When we were doing, when
Great run by Lock Cameron Cowley, put Belsize Park in a position. Caelan Watts-Adams just onto the field for Dritan Loke, was able to make a tackle, and now Clifford chased back, and they managed to catch Cowley in the end, but not before he'd released play to the other side of the field. Thurrock was short of numbers, and an illegal tackle ended up in the Belsize Park. Fairbank prods the ball into the corner. Resisting the drive so far. Oh, that's a tremendous tackle.
Like a drink.
This time Thurrock given a warning for that tackle. Go to another attacking line out.
The last one very well. Looks like they're going to contest against this one. Showing their positions really, so it has to go behind them, which it does. Sounds brilliant.
Thurrock throw up the line-out player there. And Worsfold is able to put in the box kick for the clearance. It's a great chase by Thurrock. Callum Plack. Now Clifford manages to put in a big tackle on Fairbank. Callum Plack with a yellow card. I think that's owing to a succession of illegal actions by Thurrock. Clifford down, he hurt his hand last week. Looks like a repetition of that injury. Reduced to 14 men, and with their talismanic fly half injured as well. Tricky few minutes for Thurrock. Clifford gets to his feet. It looks as if he is able to continue. Oliver Lee and Andrew Belfiore hugging the touchline on the far side. Yes, they are looking for that crossfield kick, but Amnew is alert to it. Has made the tackle. It's a magnificent try-saving tackle from Rob Murphy. Out of the top draw, that tackle. Belfiore managed to elude Joss Nan and every other defender. Rob Murphy came across the field and put in a quite wonderful tackle to save the day. And Thurrock have the line out. Under Jay Jennings. So drive the line out to make a bit of progress. Ball reaches Worsfold, puts in the box kick. First-class defensive routine from Thurrock. Now Clifford's had to leave the field, given Morgan Brown an opportunity to come onto the field. That's Lawrence's brother, to his first game at full-back. I think Morgan Brown's actually moved to scrum half. Not too sure he's familiar with that position. Tom Worsfold has gone to 10, with which he is extremely familiar. Scrum has gone through 108 degrees and therefore the referee resets. So with Callum Pluck off the field, it means that Rob Murphy has to do some additional work. Attacking position, it's usual to use the blindside winger. Morgan Brown feeds, Ben Timpson kicks, feeds Morgan Brown. This time Tom Worsfold goes for 50-22. Doesn't quite find touch. Belfiore feeds in touch. It's a shrewd dummy. Perhaps not the wisest thing. Oliver Lee makes ground. Snun covers the ground really well, allowing Belsize Park to pass across the field. It's pulled back. I think Josh Snun was probably covering about 6-7 players on that occasion. We can only have one off the field.
I'd fancy his chances against 5. Right, so heads on. 90 seconds. Take all the time you can. 14 minutes.
An excellent kick from Tom Worsfold. It's a nice, slow, cumbersome approach to the line out, using up every second. Try to restore the team to 15 players. Well, it is a bit difficult today, but that's given a great opportunity for Ben Simpson to seize the ball and slice through like a knife through butter.
So they're practicing that move on Thursday night. Give it to the opposition. Wait for the interception. Try it. They didn't get it right the first few times.
Only played for about a year, mate.
Remember him well. He was outstanding, but the even better one was the all-rounder Dylan Fearon. I remember him.
Well, you know, not Dylan, he wasn't Dylan.
No. He went back to New Zealand and played for right there.
Didn't stay very long, and I can't remember him.
Ralph will know, he said.
Adds the extras, so it's 28 points to 12. Timpson always seized the opportunity to score when he had a chance. And Loka wearing the long coat we could all do with it up in his stand.
I could do this in one class.
Straight through the Worsfold, who puts the ball back into the Belsize Park half.
Exactly the right thing to do.
shrewd changes made by Sally Tucson, the coach, bringing Tom Worsfold into 10, using Lawrence Brown as scrum half. No point changing Rob Murphy. He's had an excellent game at fullback.
Morgan Brown, of course.
Jennings fighting for that line out. Ball was bobbled. Fairbank has the ball. He's forced backwards. Thurrock hunting like a pack. And this time Cody Holloway gets a yellow card for the horizontal in the tackle. The aggressive tackle. So Thurrock down to 13. This time it was a poor kick by Fairbank. Rob Murphy has the ball. He puts in a little chip this time, but Park have the advantage in numbers, but they've been met by fierce resistance. That is a splendid turnover.
It's good work there from the Brown boys. Again, all the time you want. No rush.
Lawrence and Morgan in concert winning that breakdown. Gives Worsfold a chance to slow the ball down a little again. Perhaps to restore Thurrock to 14 men. This time Jay Jennings is beaten to the ball. So as Park try to exploit the number advantage, and find an edge, and coming through the middle first of all. Murphy again stands strong and holds them up in the tackle. Gives Thurrock a chance to reorganise.
Well,
So his pass will knock the ball on.
That was an absolutely sod it, I'll do it myself moment there from the number 8.
Alan Pluck comes back onto the field. Jennings wins the ball at the back of the line-out. Osman has picked that tackle up. Ahmed Aminu.
Let's do it.
Belsize Park have a penalty coming, so they're playing on. Excellent work by Henry Bird, depriving possession. They'll go back for the penalty.
It is a wonderful sight when Josh Nunn just lines someone up and slots them. See it coming in 10 minutes of nothing.
Boys, in that half, it's decided, yeah?
It's a Cadbury's nudge. Line out play by Belsize Park, fooled everybody. They move the ball to the front. Thurrock under a bit of pressure. Getting ever increasingly closer, and it looks like a penalty coming. Going quickly. Hold firm for the time being. Belsize Park have come to the middle of the field. Short run by Max Self. Just pulled to ground just short. Getting closer. Andrew Belfiore, sorry, with the try. Thurrock 28, Belsize Park 17 at the moment, with the conversion to come. The Thurrock's still down to 14 men.
Oh, you didn't get yellow, did he?
But the return during the 2 yellow cards has been pretty good. Thurrock stole a try and gave one away, so it's on as even while Thurrock have been 2 men down for the last periods of the last 15 minutes.
There's plenty left in this encounter, there's no doubt. There's about 10, 12 minutes to go. Here's Thurrock 28, Belsize Park 17.
Jason's doing it, it should be downstairs. Give a shout.
It's Thurrock 28, Belsize Park 17. Good rip by Joss Nunn. Belsize Park managed to get the ball back, but the ball had gone to touch.
Again, for the time.
Caelan Watts-Adams to the back. The bouncing ball gives Henry Bird a chance to burst through. Lawrence Brown on the pass. Tom Worsfold with a deft kick into the corner. Belfiore feeds his full back, who struggles to find touch. The ball bounces back in midfield. Jay Jennings has the ball. Ali Russo. Tom Worsfold gives a missed pass, but gives it straight to Cameron Cowley. Now Thurrock. Grossman's come across the field. Thurrock have won the ball back. Tom Worsfold. Tom Worsfold knee to the ground. Belatedly. Putramus has come onto the field. Good carry from him. Tom Worsfold feeds Jay Jennings. Lawrence Brown throws a short dummy and flips the ball back to Tom Worsfold. Lawrence Brown drives hard like a good hooker should. Feeds his brother, Caelan Watts-Adams. Evades the first tackler. Thurrock O'Brien, Charlie Russo, Ben Timpson concert. Ahmed Aminu can't hold on to the ball. Belsize Park won it back. Jay Jennings and Ben Timpson tackle. It's a good charge. It's a good charge by Patrick Lee. Thurrock have won the penalty. What was that for, Anthony?
Not rolling on.
Can you put 2 more points on? It's 28.
He's done it now.
What's that say then?
A problem there. Jason Bedding, who's operating the Charlie Putt scoreboard, and is 2 points short.
It's not like Jason Bedding to be short.
Line was very well fed in by the assistant stooge.
You line them up, I'll knock them down.
This is Tom Worsfold. Supremely well today. Very reliable player. His father tells me that he's now a better kicker than his father was, which is quite a strange thing for a father to say about a son. Full of praise.
He's a better kicker than you.
Never, unfortunately. Didn't have the tuition as a child. Had the wrong teacher. So this is Lawrence Brown. He comes back onto the field and Thurrock back up full complement. Having survived that passage of play. 28 points to 17 is the score. Belsize Park have won that in the middle of the field. Stream across, trying to get numbers across the wide outside. This time Callum Pluck is good enough to tackle Belfiore. Tom Worsfold has got a chance to pick the ball up. Thurrock have picked it up, but he's gone forward. That'll be another scoring opportunity for Ahmed Aminu. Ahmed Aminu, former student, of course, as most people are.
It's not clear from the
video, the lights.
but it's actually so at this point,
Thurrock are penalised on scrum for an unknown offence. Belsize Park get on with it quickly. Tom Wilsford and Henry Bird trying to effect the tackle. Dummy in the middle of the field gives Jay Jennings a chance to put the tackle in. Wilsford's looking to come in the tackle with Henry Bird. Again, Cowley breaks clear. He's been quite outstanding. Loose play. A lot of willing runners for Belsize Park. Being met with firm resistance, a little chip ahead. It's Adams with a reckless fly kick. Season.
She was only his third.
We had some issue there. We're speaking to Charlie Russo, the captain. It's like a succession of incidents has led the referee talking to Charlie Russo and asking him to speak to his team. The end product is an attacking penalty, which Fairbank will no doubt push into the corner. Thurrock supporters will be hoping there's not a repeat of last season when several games were lost at the death. In fact, 2 of them were the last play.
Saying that we stole the games from Oakfield, so
Belsize Park send the big runners up in the middle of the field. Thurrock failed to release. Simpson this time gets the yellow card. It's 3 yellow cards for Thurrock.
one doesn't have to cast one's mind back too far to the first half, where there were a bunch of similar infringements by Belsize on the pitch.
Thurrock do well to hold the scrum. Joss Nunn's come on the outside to make that tackle. Callum Pluck. And Thurrock win the penalty, much to the relief of all concerned.
Even I was tempted to expose my bias there, Ralph. So it's 2 minutes now since down into
There will be probably a little bit of injury time, bearing in mind the times the referees had to lecture both teams, and by the time it took to dismiss people on the yellow card.
I've never seen sending off time added at the end of a game. Distance is 11 points though, so unless Belsize come away with 7, in the next couple of minutes, then you have to say they've left it a bit late.
Essential now, the Worsfold finds touch for Thurrock, and they go for a shortened line-out and relieve the pressure totally. The traditional way now is with a driving maul, win the line and driving maul. So Worsfold pushes the ball close to halfway. That's a first-class kick.
Nice, slow.
It's good afternoon to Mick Leckenby, who's in Cyprus or skiing somewhere in the Alps or somewhere or other. Hopefully he's watching. Again, Thurrock had beaten the front of the line-out, but it's a messy ball. It looks as if Thurrock might have regained possession, but the referee goes back to the initial knock-on.
Shame that was some splendid work on the floor by Charlie Russo. But all it's doing is eating more time off the clock. Thurrock got any sense? They'll refuse the crouch, stand up, start again. Eat up another 30 seconds.
Belsize Park have thrown the ball out, but that's well picked up by Joss Nunn. Henry Bird has got the ball. Seems like a difficult decision for the referee to make then. A great tackle from Joss Nunn, who picked out his man. Thurrock seemed to have won the ball, but the referee said that Joss Nunn failed to release the player.
Again, you can see that tackle coming from 10 metres away.
So it gives Fairbank a chance to kick the ball back into an attacking position. Thurrock will finish the game with 14 men. 13 or 12. Said he less than cynically. Elonis Butramus has come onto the field to play a loose head prop. Boulon to Cowley, and this time Thurrock have managed to force Wright and Charlie Russo. Sorry, Elonis Butramus and Charlie Russo doing the heavy duty work there.
Yeah, good play.
Splendid defence by the Thurrock captain and the substitute, Elonis Butramus, who's had a fine season for a young man just having left school. Adams gets a hand of the ball, Frank Wright, Elonis Butramus straightens up. This young man's got a great career ahead of him. I'm not sure as a builder. Park have turned that one over and given themselves a chance. Russo tries to make amends in the middle of the field. Up on that one, Caelan Watts-Adams gets a hand on the ball has gone forward. In defence. That's a great victory. That'll warm the heart of Director Rugby Martin Jones, not able to be with us today. That was a first-class effort. Lots of mistakes made and the yellow cards didn't help, but some outstanding performances by the Thurrock team. Rob Murphy coming in for his first game at fullback, making an outstanding tackle, try-saving tackle, just a point where Belsize Park were coming back into the game. Belsize Park threw everything to this game at the end, as they traditionally do, but Thurrock was strong enough and determined enough to withhold the pressure, and they've gone home to a great victory by 28 points to 17. Good afternoon from a very cold stand here at Thurrock Oakfield, where Dr. Anthony Pease and myself have been by ourselves, whilst the rest of the crowd have been drinking port and lemon inside.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.